Ciao Fabri, welcome back in our podcast. Today we speak about players that are leaving in 2026 and players that are not leaving and are staying at the club in 2026. So let's start with the first one. Probably was one of your news in the last days. I'm talking about Endrick and Real Madrid.
Yeah, Endrick is going to be a big story to follow in the next months and probably in the next weeks, I would say, because conversations have already started to find the best solution possible for the Brazilian striker Endrick. Endrick, who is not playing this season for Real Madrid, 0 minutes so far, never playing. It's important to say, to be 100% fair, that Xabi Alonso didn't have the possibility to work with Endrick during the summer because Endrick was injured, and so was not possible to use Endrick at the beginning of the season. But now he's available, he's not playing, and okay, it could be 1 game, 2 games, 3 games, but then when it starts to be a long period of time not playing football for a young player, a striker, well, that's a problem. And Endrick can't be happy with his current situation. So what I can tell you is that the plan already agreed between Real Madrid and Endrick camp is to find a solution for January. And this could be before the start of the January window. So trying to find a solution very early in the market to anticipate the market and to let Endrick go already at the very beginning of January to play with his new club and not wasting time also in the January transfer window. So conversations are ongoing, many clubs are interested. Let me clarify, loan move. So no interest in a permanent transfer. Endrick remains a big part of Real Madrid plans for the future, but now going on loan can be the opportunity to play, get game time, develop, and also maybe hope for a spot in the World Cup 2026 under Carlo Ancelotti.
Let's now talk about another player controlled by Real Madrid in a way. You were going to explain that better, I'm sure. I'm talking about Nico Paz. Do you expect movement for this incredible talent in 2026?
Yeah, he's really incredible, and what he's doing in the Serie A is not going unnoticed around Europe because already last summer Tottenham in August tried to sign the player for 70 million euros package. So it was 52 plus add-ons to reach almost 70 million euros. But Como and Real Madrid didn't want to sell the player. Remember that the player is a Como player officially, but Real Madrid have a 50% sell-on clause. So basically they are the owners of 50% of the player, and also a buyback clause for 10 million euros. I keep saying since September, and I can repeat today, that Real Madrid see Nico Paz as part of their plans for the future. So Real Madrid are working on that, on Nico Paz to be part of the future plan. For sure, 100%. Now, my expectation is not for Real Madrid to trigger a buyback option for 10 million euros, but trying to reach an agreement, a gentleman agreement with Como, because they rejected 70 million euros package. You can imagine Como were going to do way more money than 10 million euros. Como respected Real Madrid, and now Real Madrid want to respect Como. There is a very good relationship. They also did the Jacobo Ramon deal in the summer transfer window, and so they will negotiate and discuss to find a solution because Real Madrid can imagine Nico Paz as part of their future plans.
Staying in Spain and talking about players that might leave or stay at the club, probably one of the biggest questions Barcelona fans have right now is about the future of Marcus Rashford, because it was probably the best signing for Barcelona this season.
Yeah, he's been fantastic so far, doing very well, as you mentioned, in La Liga and also in the Champions League in terms of goals, assists. So Barca are very happy with Marcus Rashford. And when I say very happy, it's not just about the performances, but also about the behavior of Marcus Rashford. We all remember there was some issues with the Manchester United manager Amorim in the past last year, but now Rashford is in an excellent relationship with everyone at Barcelona, teammates, manager, staff. So everything is going very well on and off the pitch. Now, Barcelona will not decide anything now. So Barcelona will not start a negotiation to sign Rashford in October or in November, or I think not even in December. And it's not about the performances. Barcelona have a buy option clause for 30 million euros. So Barca can decide in the second half of the season what they want to do with Rashford. So it's about delivering performances for the whole season, not just for a few months. And then Barcelona will see what's going to happen. But they are very happy with the player. The feeling is mutual. So I think there is a very good chance to see Rashford staying at Barcelona beyond this season. But at the moment, it's not something decided or guaranteed.
You mentioned Manchester United, of course, talking about Rashford. Let's stay at Manchester and let's talk about Harry Maguire, the hero of the day at Anfield over the weekend.
Yeah, hero for Man United, and really appreciated another player, really appreciated on the pitch, but also off the pitch in terms of leadership, despite what happened with the captain's armband a long time ago. Maguire is still acting as one of the leaders in the Manchester United dressing room, and he is one of the leaders of the Manchester United dressing room, a really important player for the club. So there is a conversation ongoing over new contract. At the moment, what we have to see is the numbers of this new contract in terms of salary. So there will be discussions, there will be talks, Maguire will be very happy to stay at Manchester United, but it will depend on conversations and negotiations. There is a negotiation and a discussion ongoing, so let's follow the situation, but Harry Maguire staying at Man United can't be ruled out at this point of the season.
Talking about Manchester United loanee in this case, Rasmus Hojlund, incredible start of the season despite some disappointing games of Napoli. What's the expectation? Is he going to stay in Serie A or going back to England?
No, I don't think Rasmus Hojlund will go back to Manchester United. My feeling is very clear. Rasmus Hojlund, well, now he's injured. He's been injured for the last few games, but as you mentioned, he started very well in Serie A in Champions League with Napoli, and the expectation of all parties involved, player, agents, clubs, both Napoli and United, is for the 44 buy option clause, 44 million euros buy option clause to be triggered this month, so very soon, very, very soon, in the next months, let's say like this, because there is an obligation to buy element included in the agreement, and this could be triggered quite soon. So the expectation of all those involved is for Rasmus Hojlund to stay at Napoli and to be a big part of Napoli plans for the future. So remember that Man United already received 6 million euros as loan fee, 44 million euros is the value of the buy option, so it would mean 50 million euros for Man United for the Danish striker.
Do you see something similar happening also to Joshua Zirkzee, another former Serie A player?
Yeah, look, at this point, the title of our podcast today, Who Stays and Who Doesn't, for Zirkzee is really a 50-50. Maybe if I have to expose myself, I would go with 51% for Joshua Zirkzee to leave. We will see if it's going to be in January or in the summer. Depends on Man United, because also Kobbie Mainoo wanted to leave in the summer transfer window and Man United said no. So there is the club always to be respected, and Zirkzee is a very respectful guy. He's never a player who is going to create trouble or create some problem. Zirkzee is working very hard to get a place into Manchester United squad, but he's never playing. He's never playing because Man United have only one competition at this point, and so it's a very difficult moment for Zirkzee. He wants to play, there is a World Cup incoming, so Zirkzee can push to go in the January transfer window. From what I understand, he didn't ask to go yet. So at the moment, there is still nothing decided. But Zirkzee is thinking about it. It's a possibility. West Ham are interested, so let's see what's going to happen with Zirkzee, but I think it could be an interesting situation to follow based on what Man United want to do. If they want to let him go, or if they say, no chance, you have to stay here, and Amorim would really hope for both Zirkzee and Mainoo to stay until the end of the season.
And what about Baleba? Because what's your expectation? Are you expecting him to leave Brighton or to stay?
Yeah, look, for Baleba, I think there is a very concrete chance to see him leaving Brighton, but in the summer transfer window. In January it's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult, because already in the summer Manchester United wanted to go for Baleba. He remains, as we already mentioned on our podcast, one of the big targets for the midfield for Manchester United, but at the moment my understanding is that Brighton don't want to sell the player in January. So we all know how complicated it is to negotiate with Brighton in general, and especially when they are strong, and in this position they are very strong. Baleba is on a long-term contract at the club, Baleba is not creating problems, so Brighton are very strong in this negotiation. They will try to keep the player in January, and so I think it's going to be difficult for every club to get him. In the summer could be different. In the summer could be the opportunity for Brighton to get some good money for the midfielder and for the boy to go and try a new chapter. So keep an eye on Baleba. I think he could leave, but it's more likely in the summer transfer window rather than in the January transfer window, unless a big proposal arrives.
Let's finish this episode with two topics around Bayern Munich, because they had an incredible start of the season, really impressing. Yeah. I think 46 goals scored, something like that. Really unbelievable. Let's start with Olise, new contract situation. What's the expectations for him?
Yeah, it's important to clarify something on Olise, because we always have many rumors, and is perfectly fine to understand why. He's one of the best around, and again, congratulations to Bayern for the results you mentioned, but also because they've been able to sign the right players at the right moment in some cases, and Olise is one of them, for sure. A superstar and an excellent move by Bayern 1 year and a half ago. But what I want to clarify is that there is absolutely no release clause included in the contract of Michael Olise. The director of Bayern, Max Eberl, has confirmed that in public, but Bayern are sending a clear message about that, on no release clause included. Because we had some rumors on a potential Premier League comeback. For sure, all the top clubs around the world are following Olise in Premier League and not only. So the interest is very huge and concrete, but Olise is very comfortable at Bayern. Bayern see Olise as an untouchable player. They absolutely want to keep him. So Bayern feel very relaxed. Then, in the market, never say never, but at the moment the situation is very quiet, and I think Bayern fans can enjoy this fantastic player.
Talking about Bayern Munich and the manager, because Vincent Kompany extended his deal with Bayern. It was official this week. It was also big news, because I think it was one of the first in 14 years that signed a new contract at Bayern as a manager. So it was a big news. Is there also a release contract in the contract? This clause in the contract, sorry.
Yeah, release clause is not included in the new contract of Vincent Kompany. We can also confirm this to Bayern fans, and I think it's an important news because Kompany is doing a fantastic job. At Bayern, he's very young. It was a big challenge for him. Going from Barley to Bayern is a completely different level, a completely different pressure, but Kompany is delivering in a fantastic way, and there is no release clause. So Kompany is not showing any desire to maybe go to the Premier League or maybe leave Bayern. He's very happy there, fully focused on Bayern, believing in a long-term contract at the club. So if Kompany extended, it's not just about the money and the salary, which has been improved, but it's also because he believes in the project. So this is really important to mention. There is no release clause, no focus on different things, and internally at Bayern, Kompany not only, they all feel that they can do something special this season, winning maybe the Champions League. They feel they will be competitive till the very end, and so let's see what's going to happen there.
Thank you, Fabri, for today. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Ciao, guys.